I'm ending my engagement tomorrow. I, 25F, have been with my fiancée, 27M, for 4 years. We've been engaged for one of those years. Our wedding is set for June. We met in college. I graduated early while he graduated late, so we finished at the same time. I got a job, and he decided to go to grad school. He was supposed to graduate a year ago, but didn't finish his thesis. Then was supposed to graduate in the spring, but didn't. So now he's supposed to graduate in a few weeks. He found out a month and a half ago that he was going to have to do another semester and only told me last week after I asked about how he was doing. This has completely removed the veil from my eyes. I love him so much that I've been ignoring everything. I've sacrificed so much. I've taken on the majority of the load in our relationship, financial, chores, cooking, planning, etc., to ease his stress so he could graduate and we can begin our life together. I'm working a job I don't find fulfillment in just because it's the best option in the area of the university he's going to. He couldn't sacrifice weed and video games so that he can finish his goddamn thesis and we can move where I can get a better job and be happier. I don't even think he sees how much I am doing for him. I feel like I'm his mother and he's my unemployed 27-year-old son that has no plans of getting a job or moving out. I'm so frustrated it's taken me this long to see. It's been there the whole time, and I'm just now perceiving it loudly crying face. I want my life partner to be ambitious and motivated in the same way as me. But he is not. He has held me back for 4 years, and I haven't realized it until now. So tomorrow, I'm going to end our engagement. I love him so much, but that is not enough. I've been processing this for the last week, and although I am terrified of losing him, the people I love that I've met through him, and the non-refundable deposits I've made for the wedding, I'm feeling a bit of excitement to be independent. Once I grieve this relationship, my best friend, who I thought was the love of my life, I think I will feel 10 tons lighter. TLDR, my fiancé intentionally didn't tell me about something that affects our future, and it's made me realize that he is incredibly immature and is not what I want for my life partner. Update. It'll be easier to break this down by day. So, my OG post was posted on Tuesday. Wednesday, I read him what I wrote about all my feelings and how his shortcomings have been affecting me. He agreed with everything I said, took responsibility for everything. He said I deserved better and that he wants to do better for me. He was being super hard on himself, and it was hard to watch. Sad face at the end. I mentioned postponing the wedding, and he freaked out. I didn't have it in me to say cancel. He was really blindsided by that and said he needed time and space to process, so he left. Thursday, he came back and took responsibility for everything again. He thanked me for bringing it up because he needed to hear it. He said he's been stuck for a long time and he wants to do better for me. I told him I think we need to part ways in order for both of us to be able to grow in the ways we need, and he was not expecting that at all. He started freaking out. He begged me. He said, "Please don't do this to me. You're my best friend. Please don't give up on me. You haven't even given me a chance." I have to tell you, that was the worst thing that's ever happened to me. It took everything in me to not give in. But I told him I have a lot of resentment, and that would be hard to let go of, and it will be very hard to let go of our current dynamic, and that's not fair to either of us. At some point he said, "You have every right." I can't believe I fucked this up. Then we agreed to have another conversation the next day when emotions weren't as high. Friday, I stayed home from work, and he came over in the early afternoon. He sat down and began telling me the things he's planned in order to get better. He already made an appointment with an ADHD specialist. He talked with his grad school advisor about his options. He said he was willing to do anything to keep me. I told him again every reason why we can't stay together, and he accepted it. We hugged and kissed each other goodbye, and he left. I sat for a minute, and then I started freaking out. It became real. I've pictured my entire life with him for many years now, and the fact that he won't be in it at all really rattled me. In our conversation, he seemed so ready for growth, and I questioned if it was fair to not give him a chance. I texted him and asked him to come back later to talk more. He came back, and in the meantime, I wrote out a list of things I need in order for us to be together. I started reading it, and he stopped me. He said he had thought about everything I said earlier and knew I was right. He acknowledged that he's been holding me back for a long time, and he doesn't want to do that anymore. I'm very grateful he recognized that and let me go. We decided to spend one last night together. It was like nothing had happened. We kissed and cuddled and watched our show. We talked about our relationship and our favorite memories together. We ordered dinner and played our favorite board game. Then we cried ourselves to sleep in each other's arms. In the morning, we said goodbye, and we both left. We've agreed to no contact for the foreseeable future. This was the best possible ending I could have imagined. I'm so glad he ended up on the same page as me. We still have so much love for each other, but we know it's the best thing for us both. I'll be moving within the next few weeks and hopefully getting a job I actually enjoy. I'm rooting for him and really hope he can figure himself out. What's meant to happen will happen, and I believe that wholeheartedly. I read through y'all's comments before each talk for strength and encouragement. Thank you so much to everyone for the support.